Welcome to Part 4 of Neuroscience Study Guide covering Intro to Neuroscience, Regional Anatomy, Neurons and Glial Cells and Synapses. Let's get this party started. A postsynaptic cell could be what three things? The answer is another neuron, muscle cell, or glands. What are dendritic spines? The answer is tiny protrusions on the dendrites that serve as the primary site for synaptic connections, crucial role in synaptic transmission. What ion causes repolarization and hyperpolarization? The answer is potassium. When do dendritic spines begin to form? The answer is in the fetus during the last trimester of pregnancy. Define neuroplasticity. The answer is the brain's ability to reorganize by breaking, altering, and forming new synapses between neurons. What structures make up the CNS? The answer is the brain and spinal cord. What is proprioception? The answer is the sensation that tells the brain where the body's positioned in space. Define reflexes. The answer is very rapid involuntary motor responses to sensations without input from higher brain centers. What peripheral structures originate from the brainstem? The answer is cranial nerves. What are decubitus ulcers? What causes them? The answer is bed sores. Lack of mobility puts pressure on body parts where bones come into close contact with skin. When do dendritic spines reach their highest density? The answer is early childhood. What is synaptic pruning? What's the significance of this process? The answer is where excess synapses and dendritic spines are eliminated. It helps refine neural circuits and improve efficiency of synaptic connections. How are electrical synapses connected? The answer is gap junctions that allow ions to flow from one neuron to the next. What is the circle of Willis? The answer is ring of blood vessels that sits at the base of the brain. It gives off 3 pairs of arteries that supply most of the brain with blood. What type of information is transmitted along electrical synapses? The answer is rapid and synchronized communication between neurons. They are physically connected and bidirectional. What structures within axon terminals store neurotransmitters? The answer is synaptic vesicles. What ion causes exocytosis of neurotransmitters at a synapse? The answer is calcium. EPSVs cause blank. The answer is EPSVs cause depolarization. Differentiate temporal and spatial summation. The answer is temporal is one neuron shouting fire repeatedly and spatial is many neurons shouting fire at the same time. What is the importance of synaptic inactivation? The answer is, it is crucial for regulation of neural communication, preventing excessive stimulation and preparation for subsequent signaling events. What is the most common type of synaptic inactivation? The answer is neurotransmitter reuptake. What is the function for the neurotransmitter acetylcholine? The answer is skeletal muscle contraction, focus, and attention. What is the function for the neurotransmitter dopamine? The answer is movement initiation and inhibition, motivation, and drive. What type of conduction is faster, continuous or saltatory? The answer is saltatory. What is the function for the neurotransmitter GABA? The answer is inhibition in brain. What is the function for the neurotransmitter glutamate? The answer is learning and memory. What determines the effect a neurotransmitter will have on a postsynaptic cell? The answer is receptor type. How does botulism toxin affect the neuromuscular junction, NMJ? How does it affect muscles? The answer is, it inhibits acetylcholine release at NMJ. It prevents muscle contraction. Is Botox permanent? The answer is no. It needs to be repeated. Only lasts 3 to 6 months. Name the output region of a neuron. The answer is axons. Which glial cells are the most abundant and form the blood-brain barrier? The answer is astrocytes. How is tetanus prevented? The answer is vaccines. How does nicotine affect the central and autonomic nervous systems? The answer is releasing dopamine, causing pleasure and reward, and increases alertness, leads to constriction of blood vessels and increased blood pressure. What's the association between the dura mater and ethmoid bone? The answer is the section of the dura mater called falx cerebra holds the ethmoid bone in place and protects it from impact. What neurotransmitter deficiency is associated with Parkinson's disease? The answer is dopamine. Thanks for watching.